Imagine waking up every single Monday, walking to your job, and before you even sit at your desk, someone opens your wallet and takes 30% of your money. No, it's not the government, and it's not your boss. It is a hidden, silent penalty that most people pay every single day without ever realizing it. In economics, there is a brutal concept called the poor tax. But don't let the name fool you. This isn't a tax regulated by law, and it doesn't just target people with $0 in their bank account. It is a highly sophisticated, psychological, and financial trap built directly into daily life. It is designed to do one specific thing: to make sure that the harder you work, the more expensive your life becomes. If you are currently working 40 hours a week, saving money, and doing everything right, but your bank account still feels like it's constantly leaking cash, you are likely paying this tax right now. Today, we are going inside Kevin's daily routine to look at the 3 invisible traps that are quietly draining your wealth from the dark. And more importantly, how the wealthiest 1% use a completely different set of rules to make daily life virtually free for themselves. The first trap Kevin falls into is a cruel economic paradox. It is incredibly expensive to have no money. Look at Kevin's car. The brake pads started making a strange noise a month ago. A simple replacement would cost $80. But because Kevin's bank account is low after paying rent, he tells himself, "I can't afford to spend $80 right now. I'll fix it next month." It feels like a necessary budget delay. But down the road, the minor problem turns into a serious breakdown. One morning, the car simply refuses to start, and Kevin has to take it to a repair shop. Now, Kevin doesn't need an $80 fix. He needs a major emergency repair that costs $700. Because he didn't have a small amount of capital up front, his penalty for being broke is an extra $620. Think about your own life. What was the last minor issue you delayed that ended up costing you 10 times more? This is the reality of the lack of capital trap. Kevin buys groceries in small, single packs because big bulk packages cost more up front. He pays $4 for a small bottle of soap, while a giant bottle costs $12 but lasts 5 times longer. Kevin is paying a 30% premium per ounce just because he cannot afford the upfront cost of buying in bulk. The system forces Kevin to pay a continuous premium for his lack of liquidity. But this financial leak is nothing compared to the psychological trap that Kevin walks into every single weekend. The second hidden penalty is what economists call the dopamine tax, and it targets Kevin's exhausted brain. Kevin's day job is highly stressful. By Friday evening, his willpower is completely drained. He feels like a prisoner who just finished a week of hard labor. His brain is starving for a reward. So, Kevin opens his phone. He doesn't buy luxury cars, but he spends $15 on a mobile game to unlock a rare skin or a booster pack. Then he scrolls through Amazon Prime and orders a $30 tech gadget he saw on TikTok, just for that quick hit of excitement. He is too exhausted to cook for himself over the weekend, so he orders food delivery, which costs him significantly more. By Sunday night, he has spent $150 on tiny, useless bursts of dopamine. Be honest, what is your personal Friday night dopamine tax? Is it an Amazon cart, a fast food app, or microtransactions in a game you promised yourself you'd stop playing? Wealthy people look at Kevin and say, if Kevin just stopped wasting money on Amazon and mobile games, he would have capital to invest. But things are not quite what they seem. They don't understand the psychology of the trap. A wealthy person doesn't need to buy cheap dopamine on Friday night. Why? Because their daily life is already stimulating. They own their time. They have low stress, high control, and interesting projects. Their work is their dopamine. But Kevin's life is starved of dopamine from Monday to Friday. His weekend spending isn't a lack of discipline. It is a subconscious survival mechanism. He is literally buying temporary happiness to cope with the stress of earning the money in the first place. The system creates the stress, and then the system sells Kevin the expensive cure for the stress. It is a perfect, closed loop. Kevin spends his extra money on short-term comfort, which guarantees he remains too broke to ever quit his stressful job. If this loop feels familiar to you, and you are starting to see how the system is rigged, hit the like button right now. It helps this video reach more people who are trapped on the same treadmill. Now, you might think Kevin can just use iron discipline to save his way out. But there is a third, even more dangerous trap waiting for him. A structural matrix of penalties that punishes Kevin simply for trying to handle daily emergencies. This third trap is the Financial Insecurity Penalty. It is a set of fees that only exist for people with low bank balances. One day, Kevin forgets about an automated utility bill. His bank account drops to -$10. The bank doesn't help him. Instead, they hit him with an overdraft fee of $35. Think about the pure irony. The bank charges Kevin $35 because he doesn't have $10. If a wealthy person's account drops, they have a premium line of credit with 0% interest, or the bank waives the fee because they are a VIP client. Have you ever looked at a bank fee and thought, are you seriously charging me money because I don't have money? What's the most ridiculous fee your bank has ever hit you with? The rich get financial flexibility for free. Kevin pays a premium for being broke. Later that month, Kevin's car insurance is due. If he pays for the whole year up front, it costs $1,200. But Kevin doesn't have $1,200 in cash. So he chooses the monthly plan, $120 a month. By the end of the year, Kevin pays $1,440. He paid a $240 penalty simply because he didn't have the liquidity to pay up front. When Kevin needs a small loan for an emergency, he cannot get a prime bank loan with 5% interest because his credit score is average. He is forced to use a high-interest credit card. The wealthy use debt as a financial tool to multiply their wealth. Kevin is forced to use debt as a bad compromise that locks him into high interest and steals his future income before he even earns it. When you add up the repair trap, the dopamine tax, and the insecurity penalty, Kevin is losing up to 30% of his financial energy every single week to things that have nothing to do with luxury. So how do you break the cycle? The wealthy escape it by changing the structural level of their lives. They understand that liquidity is a shield. The moment Kevin realized this, he stopped trying to fix his budget and started fixing his structure. He built a liquidity buffer. He starved his dopamine cravings for just 2 months, cutting out every non-essential cost to accumulate exactly $2,000. With $2,000 in cash, Kevin's life instantly became cheaper. The next time his car insurance was due, he paid the full year up front, instantly saving $240. When his groceries ran low, he bought the giant bulk sizes, cutting his bills by 25%. By holding a small amount of cash, Kevin stopped paying the premium for being broke. He broke the emergency cycle. Next week, Kevin is diving into an even bigger illusion, the myth of constant productivity. We're going to talk about a completely different kind of currency, your mental capital. We will reveal how the modern world drains your energy and focus to keep you running in place, and how a 19th century philosopher can help you protect your mind and finally step off the hamster wheel. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who is tired of swimming against the current. See you next week.